So we just took this 2022 Nissan Altima SR on a 1,000+ mile road trip across several states. And I'm not going to bore you with all the specs. There's tons of reviews on that. Just going to talk about how it fit a family of 4 and what I thought about it. There was plenty of room in the back for luggage. We had room to spare. So as far as cargo space for 4 people, 2 adults, 2 kids, it was fantastic. The vehicle is your standard 2000s, late 2000s sedan styling. Not a whole lot to talk about. Cabin was relatively comfortable, except for that weird start button in the middle of the console. And it's differentiated from the other Nissan Altimas. This is one of the lower trims by some of the darker chrome, like here on the front, that it has. But styling is still very similar to the other Altimas. This had the 2.5 liter engine, so about 182 horsepower. Again, nothing to write home about. And the vehicle overall, like I said, did great. Gas mileage was fantastic, about 38 miles per gallon. Okay, so I've been traveling now for a couple hours. And from behind the wheels, I'm averaging about 38 miles per gallon. And from behind the wheels, thigh support is really starting to lack. So I am getting a little bit of fatigue sitting in the position that I'm in right now. And also the other big gripe with this car is that I'm too long and lanky and my elbows have nowhere to rest. So it's either I put both hands on the steering wheel or I'm just kind of floating out there, and it gets pretty tiresome after a while. So driving comfort in this car starts to become a little bit tedious after a while. Other than that though, the ride's okay. It does get a little bit noisy at the speeds that I'm currently traveling, but like I said, the gas mileage is really, really good, so I'm pretty surprised at that. Seats overall are comfortable, minus the arm placement, elbow placement, and just a lack of thigh support. So as we're nearing the end of our roughly 500-mile trip here, I'm now on the passenger side. It's been comfy enough for my long legs. Up front there's enough room, but in this SR edition of the Altima, despite their efforts to kind of dress it up a little bit, it does work somewhat, but some of it is also a miss. I think the mirrors are a little bit too small. When you're looking back, you have to have the right angle exactly. And the infotainment screen, while it's workable, is also a bit small, and some of the graphics are also a bit dated. There's enough storage in the center console area. This is a car that's in use, so it's a little bit dirty. But one thing I don't like is this large area here at the side that's just 18 inches of nothing but plastic. Really don't see the point of it. It's pretty soft to put your leg up against it, but other than that, it's just a big slab of plastic. So design wise, despite the efforts to kind of make it a little bit more lively, like I said, this SR edition, it's still pretty bland in my opinion. Unfortunately, I used to love Nissans. I've driven pretty much every generation of the Altima, but they have become sort of rental car norm, more or less. Not a lot of excitement here, and this hopefully will be, and probably will be, Nissan's last ICE version of the Altima, or whatever is to come to replace it. But it's a great A to B, great commuter. And like I said, on a trip like this, we're averaging over 38 miles per gallon. You can't beat it in relative comfort going across country. Two kids in the back, two adults in the front. Plenty of room there, but it's the same old, and I think we have moved on a lot. So this is me sitting behind myself. This is a position I was in the entire drive, and as you can see, I do fit. There is no indentation in the back of the seat, but I'm there. So for a family of four going on a 1,000-mile road trip, the Nissan Altima SR edition is not a bad place to be, and I would definitely take this on a trip again.